Good day everyone, how are you feeling today? So today I want to talk about something really interesting, and it's about how we make decisions when it comes to betting on something or when it comes to investing in a company. In our decision making process, we have two powers, let's call them, that affect us or work on us when we make the decision about betting on something or investing into something. We have, first of all, the emotional side, which is the subjective one, where we think or where we imagine or where we believe that a company, for example, will do well in the future. And then we have the objective side, where we calculate, where we have some facts, where we have some cash flows, where we have some earnings in the picture. We base our facts on some true things, material things, or tangible, let's call them. And those are the two sides that we should know or we should be aware of while investing or betting on things. The emotional side usually affects you even more than you think and affects your decision making process more than you can even imagine. So without tricking yourself, be honest and ask yourself how many times you filled out Powerball ticket or a lottery ticket, whatever you call it in your country, and as you fill it with yourself or with your friends, you guys start planning on how you're gonna spend the money when you become rich and what stuff you will buy. Either it's a house, either it's a boat, either it's a car, and you start making plans. You start making some adjustments. Even you start spending even more money because you think that, well, when the results will be out, I'm gonna be filthy rich and I'm gonna make a lot of money in the short term while spending a little bit of my cash. And talking about objective side, 1 in 292 million are the odds of winning the Powerball jackpot. So here you can see that the odds of winning is really, really way off our reach. And it's 1 in 292 million, which is insane. Okay, which is insane if you think about it. But still, once we fill out the ticket, me included by the way, everyone, once we fill out the ticket or we are on our way to fill the ticket, we have those thoughts in our mind that we're gonna be rich. We start planning what house we will buy. We will start planning how many trips we will make a year. We will start planning what cars we will buy, and that's the whole thing. That's the whole emotional side, by the way. Now, the imagining and the thinking about the chances of winning and increasing your chances in your mind, though, that you're gonna win the bet, those are all the emotional aspect. And the salesperson and people who work for those companies work exactly on that side of the decision-making process. And let me show you the website of the Powerball, and you will understand what I'm saying. Let's take a look at this picture. We have a lady which is smiling, and then it says, imagine the moment. Imagine the moment where you win the prize, where it's 1 in 292 million are the odds to win or to have this feeling or have this moment in your life. Okay, then if we go down even lower, then you see this woman on a trip, which I was just talking about. You would think about trips that you want to make, your dream trip, going to Paris or whatever, and that's my whole point. That's the whole thing. They increase your thoughts about the emotional side, and they try to reduce as much as possible the side of the odds, and not showing you this, because if you start thinking about it, if you have 1 in 292 million winning, then you would maybe put your money, your hard-earned money, into something else. Well, now let's talk about the rationality or the slight of rationality in this whole thing. So I want to just tell you why I changed my position where I'm sitting and also changed my clothes. Actually, I'm filming the video right now after a week or two since I first shot the first videos of this clip. And the reason is, one of my friends texted me and he says that he want to fill out a lottery ticket and he wants me to give him some numbers. So, well, I just did that, and I thought, oh my god, I have to finish the video and I have to post it, and I told him I will send it to him as I finish the video. So the drop of rationality in this thing is putting the money into the lottery ticket, risking a little bit while, expecting a lot. But still, even with this, the odds are against you, and I wouldn't recommend doing that. At least I wouldn't do it myself. But, well, when a friend calls you to, provide some numbers and to be a partner, well, you have to provide and you have to give it. So I will let you know if I'm a millionaire after this video. We will see what will happen, but I don't think so. Well, since this channel is all about investing, let's talk about investing decisions and the process of making decisions and how emotions actually get in our way and how we should more skew to objective thinking. So if we take a look at some companies, for example, companies that weren't even profitable before, some people believed in the company, not even based on numbers. They just believed that the company will make a lot of money in the future because this is the future thing. And that's how actually they bid the prices of the stock higher and they put their money into this. An example, I like to give this example to people who ask me, give me an example for irrationality. Irrationality was the Bitcoin in 2017. Irrationality was Beyond Meat this year. Irrationality was the wheat stocks this year. Irrationality was all of the stocks that went higher in a day or two just because they put blockchain or because they put some .com in their name in the 1990s. This is the irrationality that I'm talking about. When people believe in something, especially in investing, then we have scenarios that usually will end bad. But then if you look at the objective side, and if you take a second and before you invest out of emotions and you take a look at the balance sheets, you take a look at the income statements, you take a look at the cash flows, well, you look at the management, you see what the company is selling, what is the product, you look at the price of the shares, and then you try actually to think. You don't even have to, you have to calculate at some point, but I mean in the beginning, you have to understand the business. And if you do that and you understand that the business is an upward trend, and if the business can keep its cash flows coming in, and if it can keep its earnings per share growing, then you have a gem in your hand. And then you have to look at the price. You have to look at those things objectively. Okay. For example, right now I've been looking at the company. I think everyone knows that TJX, the TJ Maxx company. The stores. It's not an amazing company to invest in if you think about it. It's a company that's boring. It has 1,200 and something stores. Well, if you think about how much it will grow, it can't grow that much. It's not just starting. Okay. But then it depends on what you look for. Okay. For example, for me, in this environment, this investment might be okay. And let me explain why. I'm looking currently at an investment where if the stock market falls, well, I will have a company that will keep on making profits. I will have a company that will keep on giving dividends to its shareholders. And if we take a look at some charts of the company, we can see that throughout the recessions that happened, even 2008, 2009, in the 90s, every time that the company was operating throughout a recession, nothing happened to the earnings themselves. And that's because the company has its own special operations, and that's why actually it's kind of immune to those falls. It doesn't mean that the company's shares won't fall, but it means that the company will keep on making money. And that's what's important if you're holding a business. If you're holding a business, you want a business that will operate throughout, every period or every economic condition. But if we take a look at some exciting investments, for example, some investments that that you have to be more dependent on the emotional side. For example, Beyond Meat. Okay, Beyond Meat, when it first made its IPO, the company reached $200 and something per share. Okay, and that's because people thought that the fake meat or the vegan meat, whatever you want to call it, is the future. It might be the future. I'm not saying it's not, but you have to think about the numbers before you put your money into a stock. And if you're gonna go and work only on emotions and you go like, okay, it's 200 and let's say 30, it's gonna go higher because it's gonna keep increasing its market share. You have to take a little bit of a breather and say, okay, I might be putting my money into something that even it's going to do well, the company's shares are going to do not very well because it's already overpriced. And if we want to check right now, as we're talking about the thing, if you want to go and check Beyond Meat, well, the company's shares right now are trading at $74 per share only after 1 year of debut. So we're talking about a fall of 68%. This is not good. Okay, and people bid. I want you to see that people bid the prices higher and higher until they reached 200 and something mark. Well, you can understand what I'm trying to say by just looking at this chart. Okay, it happened in 1634 with the tulip mania. It happened in 2000 with the dot-com bubble. It happened in 2008, 2009 with the housing bubbles. it's gonna happen always. You're gonna always have those, those emotions that will make people put their money into the stock market or into some stocks, relying on emotions and relying on some beliefs rather than relying on numbers or on objective things. So I want to conclude the video. I want to thank you very much for listening to this video. I hope you like it. If you like it, please share it and subscribe to my channel. I only have 62 subscribers. If you think I deserve more, I would like you to, subscribe to my channel. And don't forget also to follow my Instagram account. There I post daily stories and even posts. If you like it, just also put some likes over there and share it with your friends. Thank you very much and have a great day.